news, transfer news, match previews, legend interviews, Spurs women, press conferences, covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. So I've just arrived here at the King Power Stadium as Spurs take on Leicester City in the Monday night football game, our first game of the 2024-2025 Premier League season. Let's hope the Spurs can start with a win, 3 points, and perhaps Dominic Solanke can get on the score sheet on his debut. So on the drive up here to Leicester, actually got the official announcement from Spurs and Leicester City that Oliver Skipp has just joined Leicester City. £20 million plus £5 million in add-ons, a great deal for all parties in my opinion. Oliver Skipp, of course, one of our own. 106 appearances in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt in competitive competition, so wishing him all of the very best. Of course, he won't be featuring today. Neither will new Tottenham Hotspur signing Wilson Odebear, because he is still waiting for a work permit. So the team lineup has just been announced. This is the team that Ange Postecoglou is putting out tonight against Leicester. Vicario in goal, then the back four of Pedro Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie. In midfield, Sarr, Bentancur and Maddison. And then the front three, Johnson, Son and Dominic Solanke makes his Tottenham Hotspur debut. Subs this evening, Austin, Spence, Davis, Dragushin, Gray, Bergvall, Kulusevski, Timo Werner and Richarlison is back.
With the silence of our rams and beyond her feet, Carriage's shin bore victory's sweet. Watches head against the gunners so fine, Matty at Wembley, not once but twice to rhyme. We're rocking all over the world again and again. Together we see smiling, we feel it too. The whole world smiled with us in Leicester blue. The palace of
So it's half time, Leicester 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. A fantastic cross in from James Maddison and Pedro Porro finishing. 1-0 at the break. So 9 minutes added on. So I've got Spurs fan Gary with me. It's just finished Leicester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Gary, thoughts on the game?
Disappointing. I thought first half we played really well. Good, fast tempo. One too many passes, unfortunately. Wasted a lot of chances. Should have gone in at the break, at least 2, maybe even 3-0 up. And yet again, you know, we paid for our misses. And to be honest, I think in the end we were lucky to even get a draw. We could have lost that. If it weren't for Vicario, we could have actually lost the game. Johnson, frustrating. Timo Werner, frustrating. I can't stand these players. They're just annoying me. Maddison had a great first half, and in second half he was nowhere to be seen. So look, we haven't lost, but it feels like a defeat because we were so good first half in comparison to being pretty shit second half, if I'm honest with you, mate. You know, they only looked like one team was going to win it, and it was Leicester, unfortunately. So not good.
What did you make of Dominic Solanke? Of course,
yeah.
made his debut tonight.
I thought he was good. He was unlucky not to score. He had a couple of good chances. He was lively. He was pressing that one. He just chested off and went for goal. He was very unlucky with that. So I think a really, really good first game for him. Just a shame he didn't get a goal, you know. But listen, out of all the players, he was probably one of the best. But just probably guilty of overplaying the first half. You know, stop taking one too many passes. Just get it in the box and score. When we were going direct and getting it in, we had some really good chances, you know. It's just frustrating. It really is.
Gary mentioned James Maddison, of course, in the opening 45 minutes. A fantastic 45 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
exactly what we want to see.
Yeah,
from him,
amazing. Honestly, I really, at that point, I was thinking he was like before the injury. It looked like we got the old Maddison back. And then second half, I don't know what happened to him. He just lost his pace. He was giving the ball away. He was going down easy. And listen, look, I'll say it as well. Son, it just doesn't look right. You know, he's not confident on the ball. There's the opportunities where he can take a shot and he doesn't. He's lost pace as well. Look, we haven't lost. We're away from home, but we've gifted them a draw, you know. It's annoying, but it is what it is.
Talking about our goal, a fantastic delivery in from James Maddison
Yeah.
and a great finish from Pedro Porro.
Brilliant. And listen, Jay Maddison done that first half a few times, you know. He was whipping the ball in lovely. And when he does that, and when there's not, you know, playing it back and overpassing, that's when we're great. You know, we're a really, really good first half, but second half was very bad, mate, honestly.
What did you make of Ange Postecoglou's starting 11 today, Gary? Were you surprised of any choices? Because, of course, Rodrigo Bentancur got that number 6 role tonight.
I thought Kulu might have started because I think pre-season Kulu's looked pretty good. You know, okay, you know, we played Johnson. I'm not a fan of Johnson, if I'm honest with you, Chris. I don't see what he's really bringing to Tottenham. So, but for me, I was surprised not to see Kulusevski start because I think he's been, especially pre-season, he's been really good. He's looked like his old self as well. So yeah, but Johnson. And then look, you get to second half, you're going for a goal, and you're bringing on Timo Werner. I mean, it's annoying, to be honest. I mean, even Richarlison at the end, look, I don't want to dig all the players out, but he had a great opportunity at the end there. You know, you've got to really get it on target at least with a header in you.
It was about being clinical, though, wasn't it, in that opening 45 minutes?
I think that 45 minutes, it seemed almost too easy, and they were thinking, do you know what, we're going to score 3 or 4 today, so we'll just take our time.
Well, because we were in the driving seat
Yeah,
for 45 minutes.
100%. They didn't have a chance on goal, nothing. Like, they weren't creating anything whatsoever. There was only one team in it. You know, we looked like a home team when we was cruising, and then, like what Tottenham always do, they don't put the game to bed, and then we get punished, and it serves us right. And listen, look, set pieces and corners. We say it every time. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is we've started good first half and played really shit second half. When last season it was the other way around. That's it.
What did you make of the second half, Gary? Because, of course, Leicester got their equaliser through Jamie Vardy. You've already mentioned Vicario made a couple of great saves.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, perhaps we'll talk about that in a minute, Richarlison, what a chance.
Yeah, great chance. He's got to get it on target at least, if not score. But look, I'm just thinking, what does that say about Tottenham when you've got Jamie Vardy, who's nearly 50 years of age, scoring against Tottenham? It's comical. We should not be giving him opportunities. And he had another opportunity. He could have had 2 or 3. Jamie Vardy is nearly 40. Come on. You've got to do better than that. It's not good. It's not good, mate. When Jamie Vardy is still scoring against you in 2024, there's a problem.
What was different for you, though, in that second half?
I just think Leicester wanted it more. Leicester really went for it. They proper went for it. And we just sat back and we just, you know, they had the home fans behind them. Up until the point where they got the equaliser, the home fans didn't make a single noise. Their fans were shit. They were quiet. There was nothing. As soon as they got that goal, it lifted them. And then, you know, fair play to them. They could have won the game. If it weren't for Vicario, they could have won that game 3-1 today, which is mad when you think how much we dominated the first half.
Yeah.
You know, but it's typical Tottenham, Chris. You know, we've been here so many times.
Gary, what positives do you take from this evening?
We haven't lost. We're away from home. First half was good. Maddison looked good. Solanke looked great. Oh, is there anything else? That's it. There's nothing else. That's it.
What would you like to see in terms of changes into the team for the Everton game on Saturday?
I don't want to see Timo Werner on the pitch, and I don't want to see Johnson on the pitch, and I'll start Kulusevski. Johnson, I just think he's not doing anywhere near enough he should be doing, and Timo Werner is just a waste of a number. Absolute waste of time.
Bentancur was, of course, stretchered off, so very best wishes to him.
I don't know what happened. Is that a head injury, or has he broke his arm or something? I've seen a few things floating around, but I don't know. So,
Gary, What do you think Ange will change on Saturday, if any?
I think he'll start Kulusevski. And other than that change, I don't think there'll be anything else. That'll be it. You know? But I think at home against Everton, I think we should be all right. But listen, it's the first game of the season. We're playing Leicester that have just come up against a 40-odd-year-old Vardy practically. We should not be coming away from here with a point. It's not good. It's not a good way to start the season, Chris. This should be an easy 3 points for us.
Let's talk about Richarlison, because that literally the last second of the game.
I said it. Like we've got a score here. You know, the thing is with Richarlison, I'm not going to knock him, because I think if you put Timo Werner or Johnson in that place, they don't score either. You know, so you're talking 3 players that aren't really going to score there.
Andrew said, we pretty much said the whole of last season that there was so much growth to come in that final third. With the signing of Dominic Solanke, do you expect that to change?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Solanke's going to do really, really well for us this morning. When I'm on my way home tonight, I'm going to be thinking about Maddison first half. I'm going to be thinking about Kulusevski when he came on. I'm going to be thinking about Solanke, and especially Solanke. And I'm also going to be thanking God for Vicario, because if it wasn't for them, we would have lost today. And to lose to Leicester, your first game of the season, is almost unforgivable.
Bergvall and Gray also made their Premier League debuts here at the King Power Stadium this evening. How do you think they got on, and are you excited about their futures?
I thought they both were good. I was happy with both of them. As soon as they come on, what I like about some of these young players is, I don't want to dig him out as well, Son, but Son's almost taking one too many passes and actually going backwards. Son, when have you ever seen this with Son? It's like he's got no confidence. And you bring the young kids on, and they're hungry for it, and they're going for it, and they're passing this 1-2, and they're going quick. And you feel like when they're on the pitch, something's going to happen. You really do. But unfortunately, with Johnson, Timo Werner, and even to a certain extent today with Son, miles off it.
Maddison, of course, applauded the Leicester fans, the home fans, this evening after the game.
Yeah.
Harry Winks done the same.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about seeing Harry Winks in a Leicester shirt this evening?
Yeah, I couldn't care less. Never liked him. He was crap for Tottenham the whole time. Absolute load of rubbish. Couldn't care less. Not interested in him. Never thought he was good and never will. I'm just glad he didn't score against us, because it was one of those games where you could see even him scoring against us from a set piece. Do you know what I mean? That would just rub salt in the wounds.
Gary, lastly, of course, Oliver Skipp has completed his move to Leicester today. What do you make of it?
Brilliant. Daylight robbery. Fair play, Levy. I mean, how you get that much? I mean, that's like, I don't even know, putting like a 40-year-old TV on Facebook Marketplace and still getting like 200 quid for it. How he's done that deal is beyond me, but I will not miss Winks or Skipp at all. Thank you very much. If we're going to go forward and progress and win anything, we're not going to do it with them sort of players.
Gary, have a safe trip home.
I will.
I'll see you Saturday.
Come on, you Spurs.
Look, I don't have a lot of information, but I do know he's up and he's communicating, so he's fine from that point of view. But obviously a head injury, and leaving in the hands of the medical team now. But the key thing is that he's definitely he's conscious and he's communicating. Yeah, look, disappointing outcome. Very dominant for first half, but really wasteful in front of goal. Started the second half similarly. First 15, 20 minutes, very dominant, wasteful, and then, at 1-0, there's always an opportunity for the opposition to come back in the game, and that's what happened. And, we lost our way for 15, 20 minutes, lost our composure. Their crowd sort of got behind them. But again, finished strong, but just really disappointed that, we just lacked a real sort of cutting edge in that front third, made some poor decisions, lacked some composure, and unfortunately didn't get the reward our football deserved. He was good. He was he worked hard for the team. He had a couple of chances. Probably he'll be disappointed didn't do better with. But the overall performance of everyone was okay. But it doesn't mean anything if we don't sort of turn that sort of performance into outcomes. And we had some similar issues last year, and something we need to, if we're going to sort of get to the next level as a team, bridge a gap with the top sides. It's an area of the game we need to improve. Mate, I don't know. I mean, to me, whenever it's a head injury, you see a player go down, I think, nowadays we always cautious in that moment, and but I don't know the actual circumstances. All I know it was a head collision. Yeah, like I said, I mean, performance-wise, yeah, everyone performed well, but ultimately, it's kind of defeats the purpose of what we're trying to achieve here, and what we're trying to do is that's, win games of football. Like I said, bridge a gap with the top teams, and the performance of the players in general was very, very good. But we need to turn that good performances into outcomes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, obviously the first half wasn't what we intended it to be, and what the plan was. We didn't get our out of possession game right, and what the plan wasn't quite delivered, and because of that we couldn't get our in possession game going. So we were too deep. We gave up too much territory, and against a team like Spurs, then they will. You give them too much chance to create chances, and that's what they did with the goal. We showed some images half time about how we could get the press better and just be a bit more aggressive and play with a bit more intent without the ball. We did that brilliantly, and then the in possession game improved as well. And I thought we were good for the equaliser. And if anything, I thought we were going to get a second. And I don't wish an injury like Benter cause. I don't wish it on anybody. But in terms of the momentum in the game, it killed it for us, and we had to try and get going again. So I will look at the first half as much as the second half, because that's my job. Because I won't walk out of here thinking, that was good second half, we'll be all right. I'll be thinking, why wasn't the first half as it should be? But I think that we've got to say that there's a lot of Premier League debuts. There's a lot of club debuts. I think every team's in this situation, but there's loads of teams with players that are not quite up to speed physically, just because of how the calendar is these days. And you've seen that, I watched a lot of Premier League games on the weekend, and you could see some tired legs and some tired performances and changes at certain times in games. And we were the same, and I'm sure Spurs were as well. So there's a lot of things going on, and I think because of all of that, and we played poorly against Lens last week, which was on me really because of the team I picked, because we were still managing minutes and stuff like that. There must have been a bit of nerves and anxiety, and that's okay, So to get that out the way, to do what we did in the second half, really good atmosphere. Supporters, didn't show any frustration, although they probably felt it in the first half. Responded to the team's improved performance second half. It became a really difficult place for any opponent to play in, and I personally felt Spurs would have felt that second half. And it's not a win, but it's a point. We're up and running, but it's more than just a half decent result. I think it helps with the confidence and belief as well.
Jamie, I know you said before the match that he pushed for it to come back. Did you have any doubts over that? He's not played in a
I think if the game was yesterday or Saturday, for sure he wouldn't have played. So there was no mind games or lies going on, if you like, and saying that. I think the press conference was last Friday, was it? I wasn't lying in the press conference. I have done that before, but I wasn't this time. But he just wasn't sitting right with him that we were, he's the main man here, isn't he? We want to continue for him to be that guy, but it just wasn't sitting right with him that we were coming into this game. Didn't have a fit senior striker because Patson Daka has had an operation. He's out for 3 months as well, and he was feeling okay in his rehab, so he came to see him. He declared himself fit, so go play, boy, no problem. Yeah. Yeah. Talented young guy, and grateful, happy to give him the opportunity, and I think he showed some really good bits tonight. But he's one of them players I was talking about that isn't up to speed physically yet, and he could see him sort of fading a little bit when on the change. But he'll be really, he'll really benefit from tonight, not just in terms of how he played and being in his new home for the year and feeling the atmosphere, but also getting some, some well-earned minutes and Premier League minutes as well. So, yeah, really good, but wasn't on his own. Thought everybody, really committed to what we wanted second half, and we looked a half-decent team.
Steve, what's Jamie capable of this season at his age?
Well, I think, he's trained for the best part of 2 weeks, got injured, trained once and played. So I don't know is the answer what he's capable of his age. For sure, he's not normal in terms of what he can still produce at his age, and the athlete that he still is, and still hitting high speeds in tests on first day of pre-season and fitness levels, and like he's right up there, in the top category. There's no doubt about that. And hungry, motivated, all the experience. So we're just, and me particularly, just really going to work strong with him in having the right program, respecting his body and what he feels is right for him and his preparation. And if we do that, then I feel we'll be able to, to get more moments like tonight out of him. And he's the main man here for sure, and I want that to continue. John. Yeah, I thought second half. Yeah, and to be fair, even first half, there could have been a bit of frustration. Couldn't there? Maybe that it was felt, but it definitely wasn't heard or shown. I think any opponent will find it difficult to play in an atmosphere and the way we played in the second half. Yeah, and we've got to sort of understand that and recreate as much as we can. Everybody. Well, I think, yeah, for sure. Yes, is the answer, John. It's just how we do it, and the step, in my opinion, you guys will have a view from the Championship to the Premier League, is the biggest in domestic world football. Everything changes, and we've really got to get the balance right from some brilliant stuff that the guys did last year, but tailor it into what's required to succeed this year, and that's on me and the players, and we're in agreement of what that looks like, and so bits of it tonight, and more importantly, to me, some bits where it wasn't right as well, because that's how we get better and that's how we learn. So, it's a point. It's not a win. It's a decent result for sure. But it was deeper than that for me, and some of the other returns that we got from the game as well. But we've got to get back to the training ground tomorrow and get ready for Fulham now.
So, Ollie Skip, you signed today. What role do you see him?
Well, great to sign, and I think talking about the step from the Championship to the Premier League, it's normal to strengthen the squad. I repeat, boys did brilliant last year, and we want to. I said to them for the game, we want to honour what you did last year. I reminded them of that. It's amazing. But to honour it for the season, we have to strengthen the team and squad. And Ollie offers a strength now, a different profile in midfield. We've intending, and we have to bring in more players before the end of the window, hopefully this week before Fulham, at the top end of the pitch, so we can have more variety, more strength and depth there. Because this league is brutal, and you have to be able to have a more competitive starting team, and also when you make the change, you see the subs at Spurs, and okay, that Spurs are a top end team, vying for, the whatever's available at the top end of the league. But you saw some of them subs come on today, and it's a reminder of that's what the game is now. It's about a squad. It's about 5 changes, and the impact that them changes can have on a game.
Yeah, because you had spoken previously about wanting attacking signings. Just that what bringing in someone like Ollie Skip wasn't like a change of transfer.
No. There's no particular order on. I've been really clear with the club about what I feel the teams needed from even before I accepted the job, and that hasn't changed. The order of how players come in, we were that close to 2 attacking players last week. I was certain it was going to happen. So that would have been last week, and so there's no particular order in how these guys come in terms of positions. But what is for sure, by the time the window closes, certain areas we hope to be stronger for the strength and depth than where we are at this moment in time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Safe journey home. Thank you.